Not that a kid with a bike or golfing isn't great, after school activities, but you have to be able to sell that story. And so we're having a lot of discussions. We don't want to all the time because it's time consuming, but hopefully we're making these nonprofits better as well.
You are, because I've heard a couple stories from Charlie or just being at the meetings about how they had to get their pitch or their video right.
Yeah.
Like, because us, the members that are voting that aren't on the committee sifting and winnowing, we see the top 3, right?
Yes.
So a lot of times all I get is the blurb and the video.
Mm-hmm.
And the video is usually what gets me.
Totally agree.
Right? And so I'm going to watch the video, and whoever has their best pitch and I think it's going to be best used for those dollars, that's the one I'm voting first place.
That's the story I gave with this call I took yesterday. I said, look at Will at Mentoring Positives. He just had the perfect storyline because of this building closing, and now these kids have nowhere to go is it Darbo?
Yep, Darbo.
Nowhere to go, and it was just like, that just, at the right time, it seemed like the right place to vote. And hey, we can get this back open. We can have these resources for these kids, but we need your support. And it's just like, he had the perfect pitch.
Yeah.
Perfect
What's
time.
really great too is that I don't remember who originally asked us to do this, but it was one of our first administrators, may have been Danielle, getting together the YouTube channel. And it wasn't for social output. It was more for other charities to see the charities that have won, the videos that have gone up.
Yeah.
So what we tell a lot of people is like, hey, don't just take our word for it. Go to our YouTube channel, go watch them, and go watch some of the early videos. Those are the most raw and real videos I've ever seen. I still cry when the one from the pantry.
I know what you're talking
every
about.
freaking time.
Yep.
So they gave a cell phone to this child. I'm probably going to cry just telling you. They gave a cell phone to this kid. And she called me twice. She's like, I don't know what to do. This lady and like 3 volunteers running a food pantry. And she's like, well, I'll just give it to a child and I'll have him tell his story that he's receiving that. And I'm like, we don't want their face. We don't, like, just be very clear, be very aware that you got to be careful. Yeah. This kid's a great kid. I'm going to give him my cell phone and I'm going to tell him to tell the story. Josh, I'm going to send it to you later. You're going to bawl your eyes out. It's this child. He wrote a poem. Here comes. He basically was like, I'm not a bad child. I'm just hungry. I promise I don't mean to not pay attention in class. I'm just hungry. And he tells his story, and the poem tells the story, and he videos everything below his waist for the day. So he shoots the ground, people's feet, different places he's walked, and then he goes back to his tent that he lives in with his mother.
Mm.
And that was his video. Every dude in that whole thing,
awesome.
bawling their face off. Guys were like, how much money? I got $100 more in my pocket, right? Like, guys were like throwing money at this organization at the end of it, because it was like, you told us why you need this money and why it's impactful. And that's the story. Like, so if people want to know what to shoot, watch those videos.
Yeah. And I think during COVID, at least 2 of our quarters went to food insecurity.
Yeah.
Because,
2 pantries.
Yeah, because the schools are a lot of times where they get their only meals.
That was the second half of that nonprofit we'd selected, the grant recipient. The second half of the video was a mother who was explaining they are going to, for the summer, treat it like it's Survivor. We're going to, just like the show, let's just try and find food for the summer and survive. Like, make it a game, but realizing we don't have the meals from the school district for the summer. We have to figure out a way to survive and
just
get
trying
food.
to do the best you can for a kid.
She made a new game, which is awesome. And it was very, a gut punch to think about.
So thinking about that from the beginning, like, where did you, or how did people hear about you guys for applying for charitable? Because I know now we get an influx.
Yeah.
But
we
like
got
at the beginning, how did they hear about you guys? How did they?
Can you remember?
No,
I think we just sent it out to all the groups we knew about, right?
Yep, sent it out, and then Danielle did a good job, I think.
That's
in general.
right. She created a list of all of the main nonprofits, and then she created a social media page and just started posting and tagging a lot of them and saying like, "Hey, applications are due. We're giving away $60,000." Well, you get tagged and it says they're giving away $60,000 to a nonprofit. Yeah, they're listening. So yeah, Danielle did probably the best job getting us kicked off the ground.
What's great now is we start to realize, the larger nonprofits in town, the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, they've got marketing departments. You hear about them all the time. They're all over social media. we get the applications not just from them, but also another 25 or 30 that are these small little mom and pops doing great work, but they just don't have the budget to have marketing people. And so we get to learn a lot about the community and what the needs are for the children. And
what do you think about like Boys and Girls Club? Like Michael Johnson's one of the best fundraisers on the planet.
Yep. Yeah, phenomenal.
Like most of the people listening to this don't know his name, but the CEO at Boys and Girls Club, like I don't know a better fundraiser than that man.
Yeah, bringing in dollars. Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, that's one skill he's got. But back to Jason's point, like to read these and now know what your community's dealing with. I mean, that makes the work that we do so much more important, and also like it drives you. Like we've been doing this. This is 8 years strong, 8 seasons, what we call it, and it's like I don't know if I get tired of this.
Yeah. So starting out, you guys had to go seek them. Now we're getting to what, 40 per
about
quarter?
40 on average.
35 to 40.
And so
usually.
talk to the audience if someone's like inspired by this conversation. Like obviously the rubrics was created.
Yeah.
That
Super
sifted and winnowed some of them. But how are you guys as a committee? And I know there's been committee shifting around and stuff of that nature, kind of offloading some of the work from the founders. But like, talk to them about how you're narrowing it down to 3 for the rest of us to vote on.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. When we get those in, we actually, all board members individually read all 40. So let's say we get 40 this last quarter that just got done. We each individually take it. We use the rubrics card. We measure them. And you take the top 5 point getters. There's a total of what, 25 or 30 points, I think, something like that per card. I can't remember, but somewhere in there, total points per application. And again, the questions in the app that they fill out match our rubrics, right? So you should be able to discern matches the need, exceeds the need, barely meets the need, right? Like, so it's like a point system of like 1, 3, and 5. So
and
like,
they're really just filters.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not giving to you if you don't have a 501c3 set up. All right, that one's throw those 3 out. They're not official.
What's your
nonprofits at this
administration
point.
costs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Have
you're
you
at
had
20%. We'd rather give someone that's lower, but depending on the cause. So there's all these filters basically.
Yeah.
It's really
It's a great filter system. And then so we give, as individuals on the board, we give our top 5 to the administrator who's helping us. So we don't talk to each other. We don't text each other about, oh, what'd you vote for? We send them in blind, and then we get an email from the administrator that says, oh, okay, I got everybody's votes in. Here's the top 3.
Got it.